How the CPU cheated you in Street Fighter 2. I know one technique that the CPU does. It's called input reading. It's not just in Street Fighter. It's in a lot of 90s fighting games. I'm not sure if the CPU does this today on any fighting game. If they do, cringe. But an artificial way that they'd raise the difficulty is having a CPU know the buttons that you're pressing, thus reacting to you. It's almost as if you're controlling your enemy against yourself. It's a real pain to deal with. It's a terrible way to raise the difficulty in a fighting game. Instead of making it harder, you're making it borderline impossible to beat, you know? But apparently Street Fighter 2 has been up to more scummy behavior, so let's check out the degeneracy that they've been up to back then, huh? Street Fighter 1 music remastered. This is disgusting. That's disgusting grab, you know? Ken has his grab, and I'm not sure if he still has it in 6. I remember him having it in 4. He'll grab you. I think he'll knee you twice before kicking you away. I kid you not, in Alpha 3. Even in Alpha 2, he'd knee you like about 40 times before letting you go, bro. It's obviously an exaggeration, but what you just saw Zangief do, Ken has the same thing in certain games. You might have it in this one. The 90s were just... If you're playing with friends, it's fun, but if you're playing against the CPU, man... Today, arcade mode is easier than playing against humans, but back then, I think people would rather play against a human than an arcade CPU. Alright, punch. Okay, that's actually disgusting. What the hell? You can't even notice that in-game. You're probably going to notice it now because you've seen it. And if you haven't seen it, if you still didn't notice, I'm going to explain. But look at this. It's in-game, right? Sure you can. Throws a kick, it hits him, right? I thought the freeze frame was his thumb, but it wasn't. Look. Her leg isn't moving anymore. She was like that for a second. There's no momentum of the kick. The momentum has stopped. She's posing. His head, her leg does not hit Ryu in the head. His head touched her leg. His head did not hit her leg. His head touched her leg because she stopped moving. Gets cracked. That's crazy to me, bro. They be doing that? That's dirty. And she's invincible? Damn, should just... That's crazy. That's actually bad. I can't even look at the game the same anymore. It's actually a scam. Think about this, bro. Today we play Street Fighter 2 on console. Bro, this was an arcade machine. You have to pay to play this. It's a scam. When a player does the same thing, it looks like this. I thought Akuma was the only character that was altered when you fought him as a CPU because he's a boss. No, every character's a boss on this. Every character's a boss. Look. She couldn't even get it out. She couldn't even get it out. She's actually invincible. Oh my god. Dirty, dirty, dirty Capcom. What's the problem? Ryu's invincible. Oh, he's the CPU, of course. So, characters just randomly become invincible during mid-match. Oh my god! You just can't touch them sometimes. Yo, this game's actually kind of grimy. Bro, that's dirty. You got that Obito Sharingan, bro. Look at this. Disgusting. Wow. They really got away with this. They can't pull this today, obviously. There's no reason to. Like, the games aren't pay to play anymore. You know, they're making money other ways. They don't have to scam. Well, they're scamming with costumes in Street Fighter 6, in my opinion. Those prices are disgusting. I did not involve myself in that TMNT collab because of the prices. It was just... It was unacceptable. Alright, so the characters just randomly become invincible. Alright, alright. They gotta show something else now. They've been on this for a while. That's actually insane, though. Dizzy. Stun gauge. Well, there was no gauge until Street Fighter 3, but stun. Let me guess. I thought it just happened at random on the older games until Street Fighter 3. They added the meter. Alright, he got out of stun. What's the big deal? He got out of that hella quick. You know the CPU could probably press like 14 buttons in the span of a second. The CPU consistently recovered from stun in 12 frames. They're not mashing buttons simultaneously. They're turning the stun off manually. The CPU has stun resistance. That's grimy, bro. This is the World Warrior. This is the first version of Street Fighter 2, but this game's far more tolerable than the later version in terms of CPU. Like, the better the game is. Oh, we got the later ones here. Okay. And Street Fighter 2X. Super Street Fighter 2X, which is pretty much Super Turbo in America. Super Street Fighter 2X, the CPU can recover in only 3 frames. And how many frames was it in this? 12 frames. Not a frame guy, so I'm not going to pretend to understand what they're saying. But 3 frames sounds extremely fast. Oh, it's worse than Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Jesus! See, I told you, like, the better the games got, the more broken the CPUs got. That's why Super Turbo feels impossible to beat compared to, like, World Warrior. I could do an arcade playthrough of World Warrior in an arcade machine, but if I try to play Super Turbo, bro, I'm not even thinking about trying to get Akuma. I'm trying to survive it, period. Like, you know? Some special moves require the player to hold down for 2 seconds, then hit up. Oh, charge attacks. The CPUs. Well, this is, I know this already. CPUs don't have to, when you're fighting charge characters, they don't have to charge to do attacks. Reminds me when I used to play Street Fighter Alpha 1 on my mobile flip phone. I don't even have to use that version as an example. Really, I could use Super Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS as an example, alright? Let's say you're using Guile or Bison, right? Charge attacks is, you know what? Actually, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection has this too. And the Capcom Fighting Game collection. Single button supers. Let's say you have to charge Psycho Crusher, you have to walk back, charge of like 2 seconds and then go forward. Instead of that, tap 1 button and it comes out automatically. That's what the CPU has. Tap 1 button and it just comes out. You don't have to do any of the weird movements or commands. Capcom Fighting Collections and Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, when you set Akuma Shun Goku Satsu as a single button, when you press the single button, he still does the entire input. He does light punch, forward, light kick, strong punch. He just does it extremely fast, but he still has to do it. Unlike on a 3DS version of Super Street Fighter 4 in a mobile game, if you just tap it, the Shun Goku Satsu just comes out automatically. So that's the timing that the CPUs are on, period. I feel like they're on that in modern games too. I don't think they have to put in the actual inputs to do the special moves. I suspect that's every fighting game. Not the Street Fighter. Sometimes I be thinking Dragon Ball FiGhters be on that sometimes. I'm not gonna hold you. Guilty Gear, like, I wouldn't be surprised if the CPUs have that. A lot more fighting games have that than I realize, I'm sure of that. And I'm sure that practice stretches extremely farther than I realize. Like I said, it's optional in the Capcom Fighting Collections series, so often the CPU will enter a crouch state just before doing a special. It's almost like they're doing a charge attack, pretending to charge. But look how fast he comes out, though. He's not charging. Bad acting. They're just doing that so the players can shut up and stop complaining. See, he crouched. He did it. No. It's a scam. Look at this. The worst grabs in fighting game history. Other than grappler or command grabs. Look at this. Look at this health bar. People respect this game, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Even back then, that's unacceptable. What's that, 1994? That's still unacceptable, bro. That's disgusting. That I know about. Everyone has a grab like that? You have to mash to get out of it, I think. But the CPU's probably mashing faster, so what's the point? The CPU will mash buttons faster, yup, than humanly possible. You're playing against a machine, so. Leading to throws that can do over 95. Like, at that point, bro, just play the newer ones. People shit on Ultra Street Fighter 2, but I'm pretty sure, like, they don't have any of this, you know? The game's broken for other reasons, though. I think for balance reasons. What do you do? What do you do? Honda is holding down back. He should be blocking. How is he still getting hit? When a player controlled all scene performs his attack. Alright, yeah, I'm not really good with frame data, so. Frame 1, frame 2. Attack connects, but he blocked it. Single frame. So he doesn't have to reach his leg out for it to hit you. It just sort of just shoots out. It skips the animation where he's stretching his leg out to kick. His leg is just extended automatically. Very unfair. Damn, this game is more busted than I realized, man. Like I said, back then they weren't arcade machines. You have to pay to play them, so it's pretty much a scam. A legal scam that they got away with for decades. Wow. Listen, arcade culture is fine and dandy, but there's stuff like this that makes me glad that I'm playing this on console instead of arcade machines. Jeez. I mean, I still got to deal with this, but I'm not losing money over it, right? Man, this is so sad.